What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTB Ravens Media, bringing you Ravens content every single day. If you want to stay updated with Ravens content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell if you want to get notified every single time I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Lamar Jackson's most underrated value and aspect of his game. And this is on the field stuff, okay? So I'm not talking about leadership. I'm not talking about, his work effort, off the field. No, this is just on the field stuff. And I'm going to be talking about the most underrated part of his game that I think a lot of people completely overlook when they are evaluating Lamar Jackson, whether they're praising him or they're talking about, or they're like bashing him and saying, oh, wow, he can't throw and all that stuff. It seems like nobody ever brings this up. Okay. And, before I get into the video, I just want to say make sure to come to the live stream before and after the game against the Cincinnati Bengals. Joshua and I will try and start the live stream about an hour before the game. Live stream, I believe the game is at 1 o'clock, so it'll start at about noon Eastern time. And then right after the game ends, we go live for about half an hour to recap the game and talk about our thoughts and everything like that. What went right, what went wrong, how to analyze, and how to move forward. But the aspect that I'm going to be talking about is Lamar Jackson's ability to run the hurry up offense. I feel like it's something that nobody ever discusses. I feel like it's something that's very important in the modern NFL. And I feel like it's something that the Baltimore Ravens should try and utilize to their advantage a little bit more often. If you didn't know, PFF has Lamar Jackson in the 2-minute drill graded a 92.5, third highest in the NFL. And it goes more than just the 2-minute drill, because if you look at what the Baltimore Ravens did against the Indianapolis Colts, I think that's the best game to look at. Yes, Lamar was throwing the ball decently well against the Colts in the first half. He was moving the ball downfield and everything like that, but the offense was still being a little bit stagnant. But all of a sudden, they go to that, they start going hurry up because they're like, oh my goodness, we're down, 22-3. We're down by 16 points. Like, we got to start really moving this football. And that's exactly what they started to do. And that is when the offense was able to take its full stride. And we are seeing Lamar Jackson get up to the line, snap the ball, find Devontae Freeman in the check down, finds James Prochet over the middle, finds Hollywood Brown, finds all of these guys. Mark Andrews, obviously, a ton that game. Like, those are the types of things that people really underrate in that game, because it seems like every time that the Ravens offense comes out and is stagnant against different teams, not even just against the Colts this year. The Colts last year, the Ravens started really slowly. If not for the fumble recovery for a touchdown by Chuck Clark at the end of the first half, they would have been losing at halftime with basically nothing to show for on offense. But the second half, they started kind of going with a little bit more tempo, pushing the ball. And that allowed them to really get an advantage. But every time they come out flat-footed like that and they switch, they make the change and they're like, you know what? Let's go. They utilize the fact that Lamar Jackson tires out every defense he plays, right? They utilize that along with the speed of the wide receivers, the speed of the tight ends, the speed of the running backs. And so the defenses are so tired when they're running that hurry up, they're running that no huddle. It's almost impossible to try and keep up with. And that is why they're able to have so much success with it. And I think the first time that I recognized this in Lamar Jackson, the very first time, had to have been the game against the Cleveland Browns. I believe it was in his second year. It may have been in his first year, but I believe it was in his second year in the NFL, where the Ravens really struggled in the first half. But all of a sudden, there's about 3 minutes left in the first half. Ravens get the ball. Maybe there was about 4 minutes left, and they go no huddle. And they go right down the field. They score a touchdown. And it was like, okay, going into the half, you know what? We're doing all right. We got one touchdown on the board. We're doing okay. All of a sudden, the Ravens get the ball back. What does Lamar Jackson do? Right down the field again, throws a touchdown. And one of those touchdowns happened to be on the cover zero play that Lamar threw it to Mark Andrews. And they score. But he is just slinging it to the sideline in the 2-minute drill. And he is moving the football down the field, unlike we see the Ravens do when they're running their standard offense. And it's not because when they run their standard offense, oh, Lamar can't throw. It's because when they run the standard offense, they're running different plays, and they're not trying to get the ball to the sideline. But obviously, we know Lamar proves every time they go into the 2-minute drill, he can get the ball outside the numbers. I mean, he's shown it all year long. He can throw the ball outside the numbers. The Ravens should utilize this no-huddle attack more often. I feel like it shouldn't be a last resort thing where they recognize, oh, hey, we're kind of struggling on offense. Now let's go to the 2-minute, the no huddle, the up tempo offense, because no longer do the Ravens have a top tier defense in the NFL. Now their defense is still solid. I don't think it's terrible by any means. Now it could improve and things like that when they get players back from injury and, they get back up to speed, they develop a little bit more. But when the Ravens' typical offense under Lamar Jackson has always been run the ball, keep all the clock, play great defense, get some turnovers, win the game. I mean, that's how it's been. However, now when you have a defense that gives up a fair amount of points, if you're running the ball and you're chewing all that clock, like the Ravens very well can do, there's less possessions in the game. So if their defense is allowing a ton of points, they have less opportunities for the offense to try and keep up with those points. Now, the offense can keep up with pretty much any offense in the NFL, but if they're going faster, then it gives the defense, I feel like, more opportunities to get some turnovers, to make some plays and things like that. And I feel like maybe we could see a little bit of a shift from the Baltimore Ravens in no longer trying to be the chew clock, ground and pound the entire game offense with really solid defense to the, yes, we can still run the football, but we do it with a little bit more tempo. We're not trying to do it to just waste time. We're trying to do it to be efficient and move the ball quickly down the field and wear out the defense quickly, rather than wearing out the defense by just having them just churn their legs through a long drive. Because the Ravens offense this year has been led by the pass. And I think most Ravens fans would agree with me by saying that. It's been the passing game that's gotten the Ravens to win their football games. The run has worked. Obviously, the run worked incredibly well against the Chargers. However, in most of those games, the Colts game, it was the pass. The Broncos game, it was the pass. The Chiefs game, I think, was a combination of both. But it was a lot of Lamar Jackson running, which not all of it is out of designed runs. It's also, him scrambling, which I still call like a passing play, but he ended up running the football. Like, it's through the passing plays that they've been having a lot of their success. If they start going up tempo, it's going to be very difficult to keep up with this team, and the linebackers are going to be more tired. And so when Lamar Jackson gets into that, he calls that pass play, he steps up in the pocket, starts turning up the field. They're going to be very tired. They're not going to be able to get to him. And then right when they do, he slides down to the field. If they're able to go, I feel like this offense could be very, very explosive, even more explosive than it already is. And now, don't get me wrong when I'm saying this. This isn't saying every possession, go no huddle the entire drive, run the 2014, 2010 Baylor offense. Like this, I'm not saying that. Don't run college football like just complete full tempo, but sometimes in drives, do the Pittsburgh Steelers strategy. The Steelers, they come out, they're like, you know what, Big Ben? Go. This drive, just call whatever you want, go as fast as possible, get down the field and score. And it's just, you hear a lot of a change of pace back. The Ravens could come out with some change of pace drives. Defenses get a little bit flat-footed because they're like, oh, Ravens going to come out, they're going to run the ball, they're going to slowly move the ball down the field. No. Sometimes come out in drives and try and really push the ball, go quickly, hurry up, and be a little bit more exposed, be a little bit more unpredictable. And I feel like it's something that the Ravens could very well utilize. I think, Lamar Jackson's most underrated attribute, which is his ability to move the ball down the field in the 2-minute drill. His 2-minute drill offense is amazing. Ravens should utilize the up-tempo a little bit more often. I feel like it'll help him win some games, and I feel like it'll help him be a little bit more unpredictable, so we don't have those situations where everybody knows Greg Roman's calling a certain play. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about the Ravens running a little bit more up-tempo offense, what you think about Lamar Jackson and his 2-minute drill ability. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Subscribe for more Daily Ravens content, and I will see all of you again tomorrow.